few years ago, a very good friend of mine by the name of Gary came to me. He was a senior director of a major media company. He has just been made redundant. So he came to me for advice. I took a look at his finance and helped him restructure, and within a period of 3 years, he was financially free. Hi, I'm Maureen. I'm the founder of Dawnstar. In the marketplace, there's generally two camps of financial literacy program. One is a very credible theoretical platform that doesn't give you clarity in terms of action. The other one is the Get Rich Quick program that has got questionable credibility. We launched Dawnstar with a specific mandate of a trustworthy platform that gets people results. You know, it's like the first time that you can ride the bike without the trainer's wheel, that you have the butterfly in your stomach and the excitement that you can now do it. That's the same feeling when you come to achieving financial freedom. With what's happening in the economy and the pressing urgency to make sense of things, I had many people coming to me asking me to offer them solutions that is geared towards their interests. I've spent months piecing together the nation's most knowledgeable and influential advisor in the financial field. When we set out to put together this financial literacy program, we were looking for people who were starting out with very minimal capital and who got to financial freedom. Someone who is trustworthy and who would tell you like it is. And we found Sean Seah. He started off as a military officer with as little as $30,000 and he retired within 7 years. Insurance business is a big business. The main purpose of an insurance company is to make money and not to help people, until we met a maverick by the name of Christopher Tan. In the relentless pursuit to create one of the most trusted independent private wealth management company, he did something that is very bold and unheard of. 10 years ago, Provident was the first to rebate 30% commission for all products to client. 10 years later, they remain the only company to do so. And that is not all. He's also a panel advisor on the CPF board and a board member of Securities Investor Association Singapore and MoneySense. I saw Getty being interviewed on Channel News Asia on an investment-related program and was struck by how knowledgeable he is on how deals are being structured. He is strongly against big, unbelievable profit in a short time. If a deal sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Getty is an expert on how to spot such investment scam and how you can prevent your hard-earned money from being swindled away.
So first thing, be educated. You must know how to improve your finances, how to manage them, how to grow them, how to sustain them and let them grow even faster.
We would urge them to be conservative first. Make sure that they have enough savings before starting to invest. From the financial standpoint, it makes sense to engage in little cash upfront deals because the amount of cash that you have, that you are risking, is limited.
Well, if my kids come to me and they are young, I'll say start an index fund or buy into the index, buy an ETF. Don't need to get in and out.
Every single month, they will take a certain portion, which you personally has dictated, for example, $100 or $200. Collectively, we are buying 30 of the biggest stocks in Singapore. And these are the companies, if you think about it, the chances of them really falling is very low. In fact, they will keep growing and growing as Singapore grows.
Because the ups and downs of the market in the short term doesn't tell you anything about the company. It just basically tells you about the sentiment of human beings. If they are greedy, the market goes up. If they are fearful, the market goes down. You are investing for the long term, you are young, you have got a good 10, 20, even 30 years to invest. Just buy a good diversified index fund and keep it there.
Risk and returns. Now the conventional saying is higher risk, higher return. As a value investor myself, I understand the lower the risk of the investment, the higher my returns. Because let's say if I buy a stock that's giving me, let's say $10 of dividends, I can pay $100 for this stock. If I pay $100 for this stock, I'm still getting $10 of returns, but my risk is $100. At the same time, I can wait until the market crash or when there's a correction, I can pay lower for the stock. Let's say I pay $50. If I pay $50 for this stock, you see my risk has significantly reduced. But at the same time, my returns is constant. In fact, my returns increase based on what I pay. Risk and return, it is not the conventional way. You need to understand that lower the risk, the higher the returns.
I think we have always advocated that the role of insurance in your financial plan is purely for protection. Because if you want to invest your money, you want to save your money, there are plenty of instruments out there that you can use. There is no need to use insurance to do it. A lot of people think that, oh, if I use insurance, it's actually very low risk. Actually, if we really understand insurance and we strip it apart, it's just that for every dollar premium that you pay, a part of it goes to pay for the mortality or the insurance cost. The rest of it, the insurance companies, they actually go and take the money and invest in an asset-located portfolio. So they invest in equities, they invest in bonds, they invest in property. It's not necessarily that when you buy insurance it is safer. It is just that because the insurance company every year they cash out certain part of their investments and they give it to you as a reversionary bonus. So certain parts of it is in a way guaranteed. That makes you feel safe. But the downside of that is that you get much lower return. So the average return of a whole life plan over a period of maybe say 25 years, 30 years is on average probably about 3%. Yeah, so if you want to use an insurance instrument to save for retirement based on 3%, you really have to save a lot of money.
Well, I think CoAssets is a crowdfunding platform, and by virtue of crowdfunding, the idea is to cater to the man on the street, and in such a way that you don't have to have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands to start investing. We are a conservative bunch, and we believe in prudence. So a key segment that we are targeting is people who wants to know more about overseas investing, but they don't want to lose an arm and a leg. So the best way to get started is, well, put in $1,000, try for yourself. If a particular developer is able to deliver, then I think they will have the confidence to try a bit more.
The first way to get rich, the first thing you need to do, it is to stop trying to get rich quick. Once you get rid of that mindset, you are able to get rich slowly and steadily. And I can tell you, in fact, that will be quick. That some of my students, they achieve financial freedom in 1 year, 2 years. Isn't that quick? But most people, they can't even wait for 1 year. So once you are able to become patient and able to build your wealth in a steady fashion, you can get rich.
If we really understand CPF, it is a really good system. And if I can simplify CPF, it is like an endowment plan. Whilst you are working, you are putting your money into this so-called endowment plan. And part of your money gets a guaranteed 2.5 to 3.5% return. Part of your money get a 4% to 5% return. And at maturity, which is when you are 55 years old, this amount of money that is accumulated gets converted into an annuity, which is your CPF Life. And the CPF Life is also growing at 4 to 5% guaranteed, and then it starts paying out monthly from age 65 onwards. You can't get this kind of insurance plan anywhere. If there is such an insurance plan that will help you accumulate towards paying for an annuity, growing at 3.5%, 5% guaranteed, I think if there's an instrument like that for the salespeople to sell, it will sell like hotcakes.